Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction and commentary. Today, we're going to be hopping into, I should say, revisiting The Hateful Eight. Now, I'm excited to, look more into a lot of Quentin Tarantino's films. It's really great to be able to come back and resurface some of these gems and being able to study them, but also just almost nearly watching them again for the first time because I have, better knowledge of filmmaking, and I also just haven't seen them for a long time. So this is really cool. New appreciation that I'm able to have for them, and that I hope that is translatable towards you guys, and you guys are able to respect and find out new things about something that you probably really like. And I think kind of understanding a lot of like the methods and the reasoning, whether if it's metaphorical, allegorical, or just very straightforward or just practical, like maybe you just like the lighting and you don't know why. I think it's really cool being able to highlight the intentions that go behind and beyond that of the frame, the screen that we're seeing and we're watching this experience on. And I think kind of tackling that on with the information of just what the story is giving us is such a beautiful experience. I mean, we've been having a lot of those moments actually, so that's why I've been really enjoying, me personally, with the rewatches, and it's nice to hear that you guys are digging them too. So I'm excited to kind of continue them and dive more into other films and other catalogs and other directors, and there's just so much I can do with this, and I'm just really happy. I'm just really happy to just being able to hop into these films. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope that you guys are good. I'm not sure what everybody's situations are, but I just hope that everybody is taking it one step at a time and doing the best that you can. And it's really nice to know that these videos at the very least are able to help you guys in any way possible. If it's just to brighten your day, then I think that's an awesome win for everyone involved. So yeah, I'm really grateful for y'all. You guys know that. I say it all the time. And like always, guys, if you want to be able to support the channel, the best way to do it is through Patreon. We got a bunch of stuff going on there, so if you want to check it out, be sure to hit the link below. If you don't want to do the Patreon, it's all good. You can still support the channel by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. And again, if you can throw up a thumbs up, it really helps your boy and it makes me feel really good. And at the very least, I want you guys to be able to just sit back, relax. Maybe you guys don't have a sign-in account, or maybe you can't do the Patreon, and I just want you to know it's perfectly fine. You don't have to do those things. Those are just optional things. You don't have to do any of them. But at the very least, I want you to just sit back, relax, get your popcorn and snacks as we hop right into The Hateful Eight. Again, guys, if you want to be able to support and, watch the full length to this, or maybe your favorite YouTube or favorite scene isn't in the YouTube edit, because this is a longer film. I think this might be an extended cut. Check out the Patreon link below. Before we get into it, definitely going to take note of the scenes that we're looking at right here and the vibe that I'm getting. It definitely reminds me of a lot of older films, because I believe it was shot on a very specific type of film, right? If I can remember. That's a brilliant way to move the camera to introduce a person, by the way. That was so cool.
Then you approach. Molasses-like.
Real trusting fella, huh?
I love these camera angles, man. These camera angles are fierce. It's Quentin Tarantino, but when you really see him and just take notice as to, like, just ask yourself, why are the angles like this? Other than, oh, they just look cool. Like, you can find some really interesting things, but it is pretty cool.
Domergoo, to you, this is Major Warren.
Howdy, nigga.
Dude, Samuel's look to that. Domergoo is such a very fun name to say.
Shoulda?
Not the one that she said. Don't say the one that she called Samuel Jackson. Don't. That's not fun to say. Don't say that. Bro, she is the nastiest chick. Dude, That is disgusting. She does such a great job, like, performing. Because, damn, that is nasty.
There with OB, but...
How you like the sound of them bells, bitch? They real pretty, ain't they?
Yeah, that's another thing, too. Man, yo, they be beating the crap out of her, man. But she's evil, bro. She's, like, actually evil. But I remember watching this for the first time and just seeing some of the hits. I'm like, yikes.
Good.
Like, already, there's this incredible tension that we were presented with. And it's not just from the characters. We're introduced to the tension with the nature alone, the setting, the environment, the storm that's, you know, brewing underneath and getting ready to introduce us to a chaotic story. It's this beautiful, beautiful symphony of just tension, 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 tension. It just keeps going. The entire film is just that.
I see you ain't got mixed emotions about bringing a woman to a rope.
Also, if someone can do this for me, can you guys please let me know where I could get pipes like that? Please. Like, give me a website, give me a link. Please. Yo.
Now, Daisy, I want us to work out.
Like, do you see what like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, maybe viciously assaulting this woman.
You got it?
I got it.
But I also got to realize she's like a murdering psychopath. I mean, they're all kind of are. This is just an entire batch of effed up people.
Look, I know you gotta be real careful with it and all, and I can imagine you probably don't like taking it in and out of the envelope all.
I really love the importance of the Lincoln letter and how it works itself in the story. I didn't expect it to be that big of a deal, but, you know, as the story progresses, you start to notice that it says more about the characters than the letter itself, or what the letter implies in the film. It's more so with how the characters are involving themselves around this significant item, almost like a mirror, helping us kind of understand a little bit more on who these characters are and what they're doing, what they're thinking.
Of the letters.
Oh my goodness, man. Oh man, dude. She's taking punches, bro.
What?
There's another fella on foot up here on the road.
We got the homie. We got the homie. I keep forgetting his name, but he plays a racist in every freaking film. I love it. He's so good. Man.
Whoever you are, mister, you sure sound tough when you're talking to a desperate man knee-deep in snow.
Dude,
I don't want
his way of talking, it's just so interesting. It's so interesting. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like a passive aggressive slang. I don't even it's just like the best way I can describe it. It's great. I love hearing him talk.
And I'm gonna enter my town in bounty hunter's chains. No, sir. Sorry, bushwhackers. I ain't entering Red Rock that way.
He's low-key my favorite character in this. Like, just behind Samuel Jackson. But no, not just behind, Samuel Jackson's just behind him, because I love him. He's great.
If you're during wartime, makes me want a horse laugh. Don't you see?
Yeah, man, I love that.
You gonna talk that hateful nigger talk. You can ride up top with OB.
No.
You got me talking politics. Oh, dude, do you guys see why he's like low-key my favorite character in this film? I mean, it's funny because, yeah, he's like an extreme racist in this, but the performance is really good. It's really good, especially towards the end.
All three of you fellas headed to Red Rock when the blizzard stopped you, huh?
Yes. All three of us were on that stagecoach out there.
I don't think this gets said a lot about this film, but the lighting the lighting is phenomenal, you know, like all the specific lightings. And I'm sure that they have colored lights outside of the actual cabin that are kind of just beaming into it. So that way it creates this bluish tint. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a blue light out there just kind of being shined into there to create this really neat and natural orange and blue color palette, color tone. It is like, you know, an actual color grade.
Without dispassion is always in danger of not being justice.
Amen.
It's crazy that he's saying that. It's so crazy. It's so crazy that he's saying that. Must be a really interesting life being a hangman back then. It sounds like you kind of traveling a lot. Go wherever the work takes you, I guess.
I don't know who you are, so who are you? Joe Gage. What? That's my name. Joe Gage.
I gotta say, I love that, you know, Quentin does a great job at letting us know people's motivation while also hiding it, you know, their true intention. It's cool seeing the motivation and not knowing their true intention. I think that is like the theme of this film.
Black fella in the stable.
The nigger? In the stable has a letter from Abraham Lincoln?
I love how every time people are in honest disbelief of it. Because truthfully, yeah, it's kind of like, what? But again, like, the letter is much more than just the letter in this film. It's more so, again, like a character for the people in this film to interact with and to give us more clues for entertainment.
That sure don't sound like many.
Are you calling me a liar?
I ain't calling you a truther. If you guys know what that's from, good stuff. Let's keep things moving.
So what brings you out Wyoming way, sir? If you don't mind my asking.
My boy.
Oh, you got a boy that lives in Red Rock?
My son.
Oh, yeah, if I can remember correctly, there's something in the chair that is giving him the reason that he has to sit there, right? Like, he has to sit there because isn't there like blood on the chair or something like that?
The Army of Northern Virginia would have been used in a very different way. I said the Army of North Virginia would have been used in a very different way.
Wow. I gotta say, seeing Samuel Jackson's movements and the fact that, you know, Tarantino's gracing us with, you know, showing us what he's looking at makes the second viewing so worth it. Wow. Everything is just so interesting.
Colored trooper made it to a camp, did they?
We didn't have the time or the food, nor the inclination.
I love that. I love that. That's low-key one of my favorite shots in this film. The steam when he's like breathing into the hot tea. So good.
In Minnie's haberdashery.
I love that glowing blue light back there.
My Nubian friend.
Again, it's just really cool to see. Very theatrical. It's like a play, which makes sense for the chapters.
He blinked.
Blink if you're gonna remain calm.
He blinked.
Dude, Samuel Jackson in this film, I mean, in any film really, but in this film is just cold. So cold. There's so much just Air Force energy just lingering in films, and I'm just so happy that I'm, you know, hopeful and hopefully bringing that awareness into play. Because, yo, he's about it.
OB.
I mean, guys, the fact that he's actually doing that so casually is pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I'm not sure if that's an accurate depiction on how you can dismantle an older gun like that, but the fact that he did that is pretty cool. Good job, Kurt. You know what his energy is, other than just passive aggressiveness? He's the type of dude that would sit, like, out of all the stalls, you go into the bathroom, there's a stall, you do your thing, you're in a stall, and he's the type of person to go and skip all the empty ones just to stand right next to you and try to spark a conversation with you. And you're like, bro, why are you doing this to me?
Know why I lie about something like that, white man? Got me on that stagecoach, didn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Man, I love it. Motivation and true intention. Damn, it's such a beautiful play here.
Or would you deny me that too?
I suppose you were there.
May I join you?
Yes, you may.
All right, man. I think this is where the story comes in. My goodness. I'm trying to figure out who I seen this with. Oh, my God. I think I saw this first with my mom, actually. Ugh. Oh, boy.
So, how's life since the war?
I always really loved that transitioning of the soundtrack going into the dialogue here. It's always cool seeing the origin of a soundtrack, even if it's something simple as that. It's very immersive.
Others, that's for damn sure.
Hey, boy, come up here a few years back.
Woo! Oh, man. This is going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
I know the day he died. Do you?
No.
You want to know what day that was?
Dude, oh, man. This is cold. This is so cold.
The day he met me.
Bruh. This is insane. This is a vicious story.
He just heard tell why your hair's off.
It was cold the day I killed your boy. I don't mean snowy mountain Wyoming.
I can't show this scene for obvious reason, but you guys know what's happening, all right? I'll be providing commentary, but yeah, this is rough. Don't imagine this actually. Don't imagine any of this. I mean, this is gorgeously shot, though. I will say that.
Because he knew that was long gone. All he wanted was a blanket.
Damn, man. Oh, my goodness. This is rough.
What a man that cold would do for a blanket. You want to know what your boy did?
Oh, my God.
Pecker out my pants. And I made him crawl through the snow on all fours over to it.
Bruh, this is so rough, man.
Johnson right down his goddamn throat. And it was full of blood, so it was warm.
Oh my goodness, dude. This is wild. I completely forget he goes this hard in it and describing it. Man.
Black dude's dingus in his mouth. Him shaking, him crying, me laughing.
This bro is evil, man. He's evil. This is past Air Force energy. This is just savagery. Air Force savagery.
You chose not to acknowledge.
Damn, talk about your actions catching up to you, man. That's terrible.
He was your boy.
Hey, yeah, at least put him out of his misery. And everybody saw it, so it's like, back then it's cool. It's like, yo, it's cool. It's cool. That's crazy. Were y'all expecting that story? That story came out of the damn woodworks when I watched it for the first time. I was shook in the theaters. I was like, whoa. Everybody was like, whoa. Whoa. Damn. How do you just projectile vomit blood? That's insane, man. Oh man, dog, why? You usually only see this in zombie films.
Take this gun out of my holster.
One of the dopest tag teams I've seen in a minute. Who would have, like, I didn't see this coming when I first saw it. It was so awesome. Because now it's like, he's low-key trying to be like, he's not really with the violence, so it's just really cool.
Over there dead now, though, ain't he?
He damn sure is, you sons of bitches.
Just like any one of us would have drunk that coffee.
Like me, goddammit.
Those two are great, man. Ah, damn, it's so awesome.
It's an English fella passing off his papers.
Or we go by my theory, which is the ugliest guy did it. Which makes it you, Joe.
He's so hilarious, man.
But you didn't count on the blizzard. And you didn't count on the two of us. That's far as I got. How am I doing?
He's like, yep, I'm doing pretty damn good, yeah.
No dogs or Mexicans allowed.
Dude, the back commentary from this dude is just perfect. It's honestly perfect. It's organic comic relief for this very dark moment.
Left it in the hands of a goddamn Mexican? Well, that's what I meant in the bond when I said that sure don't sound like many.
Yeah, man, you done effed up. You got caught red-handed. X marks the spot, man. Dude, you are done for. The detective skills on this guy is incredible.
But you are. Then you killed many. And 3 days.
Damn. Golly. Iced him. Well, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Killed OB? He's worth 10 of you. Ward, can I kill him?
Say adios to your huevos.
Ah, damn, man. Dude, everyone gets it. Everyone gets it.
Go on, take away them rags. Let's see some faces. Let's hear some names.
Oswaldo Mowbray, madam.
Joe Gage. Bob. And I'm Jody. It's a pleasant...
So crazy. So crazy. It's so awesome. I love the Jonah Hill feature and Django Unchained. And it was just so cool to see Channing Tatum in the Hateful Eight. You know, it's like a weird universe of 21 Jump Street. Bro, they are ruthless, man. Absolutely ruthless, bro. Just cold-blooded killers, man.
3 collector bodies and chuck them in that well out there. And then start unhitching the horses and getting them in the barn and getting them fed.
Well, hang on.
Yeah, bro. That's cold. That's cold. Everybody in this film who I've seen with the gun on their hip is with the energy. They are all with the energy, man.
Now I see your ugly face.
Oh my God. Oh man. Just blew his whole back lobe everywhere. His back lobe is in the front.
Joe Gage! Get your ass over here and shut this trap door.
Ah. Got brain matter all over her face, dude. That is disgusting.
Mexican?
Precisely, yeah.
Shit. Now that I done blowed his face off, Marco ain't worth a peso.
Oh, man. Ah, dude. I'm telling you, like, Samuel Jackson in this film is channeling some of, like, my grandma energy, bro. Blew her toe off. Do you know how accurate you got to be to do that first off? But damn!
Max! Give me my pistol.
I love that it's slow motion, man.
Yeah.
Well, Jody's worth 50,000. What about his body?
You gonna make a deal?
Diabolical. That is so funny, man. That is so funny. How do you use slow motion in a way that's so funny like that? I need more Samuel Jackson in slow motion, please.
No deal, tramp.
Damn. Yo. Justice right there, bruh. Justice.
Their respect in his command. Your brother's just an owl who let a gang of killers.
Yo, he's talking his ish, even though I don't agree with the ideology. Dude, that was just so cool, man.
When hangman catches you, you don't die by no bullet. When the hangman catches you, you hang.
Yo, the delivery of these lines are just so memorable. Rememberable? Ah, words. Dog, this is crazy. Oh, man.
Now that was a nice dance.
Dude, what an unexpected duo, man. Unexpected. That was just, man. Watching this again is just incredible. What an experience. I love how the Lincoln letter, again, has just been flowing throughout the story. You know what I'm saying? It's just been throughout a passage. Has a righteous passage throughout this chaotic story.
Oh, Mary Todd. That's a nice touch.
Yeah. Thanks.
Man, this is a journey. This was an absolute journey. This was such a rewarding rewatch. All right, everybody, and that wraps up The Hateful Eight. All right, everybody, we just got done wrapping up The Hateful Eight. Man, guys, when I go into these films, I really hope that you guys know that it's been years since I've seen these, and I if not more so now, I can immerse myself into these bodies of work. So, man, it's like watching it for the first time, but being able to watch it from the perspective of like, okay, no, I'm actively engaging my brain and my head while watching something, but also being entertained and, not fully in the technicality of things, which I don't want this to be. Like, this isn't the... I'm not taking the opportunity to do these rewatches just to solely highlight the technicality of filmmaking, because there's a whole lot more than that when it comes to filmmaking. You know, there's how I feel towards a film, and how do I communicate that feeling, and as well as using the technicalities of it to help communicate why I feel this way, how I feel this way. It's a digestion of art that I hope that this commentary is able to bring, and it's really cool to kind of have that balance and being able to watch these films again and learn from it, but also really again give proper appreciation and love towards this body of work, because man, it's incredible. It really is. For a 3-hour runtime, for it to be just so seamlessly just engaging, that is incredibly hard to do. There's so many things, so many aspects that I've mentioned in this video that, if you guys are curious, you can check all that I have to say in the full length. But, even when in the YouTube cut, there is just a lot of deep analysis and incredible texture that is overlaid onto just this film. I mean, even from a color grade standpoint, you know, just shooting it on film, shooting it in a lot of wide angles, and you know, using different types of lenses, you know, like the ones where I keep forgetting the name, but you know, the one where it has a split in the middle, but you know, you can put two different frames in focus within the same frame without doing any digital effects. You know, just being able to kind of decorate it in this style and this approach while also building this heavily foundational story that is thematically about, you know, understanding character motivation, but then hiding their true intention. And we said that multiple times throughout this film, but it really hits because I think that's what really makes a great mystery detective sort of feeling with this as well. But because of that foundation being so well done, Tarantino could just be like this, you know, and sprinkle it with just, you know, incredible performances and brilliant lighting and gorgeous cinematography and engaging characters, and it's just really dope. And set designs, like all of that is just incredible sprinkles that, you know, even down to the detail you can pick for hours. But the foundation that this film is on is just so effortlessly great. It's so stable and it works so well that, yeah, for 3-hour runtime, it still holds up. It's still engaging. So I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this rewatching. You know, what were some of your favorite parts? Like always, let me know in the comment section below. And you guys know the drill. Stay healthy and stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed. Everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free. Just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.